Today on Eat, Pray, and Live, we are talking about talking and pondering the question, are we sharing too much? Let's talk about it. I promise you this is the Barry White sample.
It's probably, no, it's not a sample. This is Barry White's new joint. It was
Barry
lost in
White.
the...
So, transition.
From the dead,
No,
right?
it was in the vault. They forgot about it.
Who is this?
Barry White
It's Beyonce, Jay-Z,
and Barry
Is
White.
this new?
DJ
Brand
Khaled.
new? This is hot.
It's like 2 weeks old though.
I'm gonna have to download this.
Oh, try to...
Did you drink any of that?
Huh? Yeah, well,
Hey y'all!
Something in my water.
you don't need no
Welcome you guys to Eat, Pray, and Live. Welcome. We are so glad to have you. I love that song. That was really, really hot.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Demetrius. How do you keep on top of all this hotness when it comes to
I don't really
music?
know, but let me say this, that Michelle is a great millennial fill-in, because did you hear what she told you when you were like, this is new? She's like, it's about 2 weeks old. I like, but that's why I wanted you have a good a young spirit, so that's, you feel in well, so that's good.
Yay. Speaking of which, we're going to introduce our panel. Our co-host today. Well, of course, I'm Sheree Fletcher, and then to my left, we have our regular fill-in. Michelle Epps is with us.
Hey.
And then we have Demetrius Jones to her left, my male me.
Well, so, see, this is the first time I've had a good
A nice-
introduction in about 10
You was
episodes.
waiting for it. You was
I was like this, where is coming?
Waiting for the
What's
deal.
up? What's
Clenching a
cracking,
little
America?
And then the lovely, you just look, it's like a beautiful 80s throwback up in this piece.
It's not no damn 80s.
When it was
That was
70s.
70s.
Yeah, that's what we was
You know,
going
she from Schenectady, so
Maybe we didn't get it until the 80s. That's why
a little
I'm
slower.
a little late getting the trends.
Now remember,
Miss Courtney Stewart in the house.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Oh my gosh. So how you living?
we hungry.
They fast.
Oh,
Tell them why we're hungry.
Well, Sheree and I are SIPs, Sisters in Prayer. We're in Bible study together, and so the pastor decided to for us to do a fast as a group.
Yes.
Yes, this is going to change our life.
It's gonna change our life, our waistline, everything.
what's the details of the fast?
Well, the details. It's a partial fast, so we can have one meal a day, and you get to pick, what time of day, what meal that is, and of course you want to do it with moderation. You don't want to cram the other 2 meals that you can eat into that one meal. Drinking only water. Hence the shirt. I need coffee.
No social media.
No social media, which we've been doing because we kind of have to do. You know what I mean? With
Yeah,
the
unless it's
reason
work
and-
related,
yeah.
we can do it. And no news, no TV, no music, no secular music.
I'm gonna grade
No
myself
secular
a
music?
C. No,
No
secular
secular
music. I'm gonna give myself a C+ on this fast because I sure enough had to have my coffee.
I'm gonna keep it between me and God. I would like to not
Tell
disclose.
the truth, shame the devil,
Loose lips,
girl.
loose lips.
I really don't get that. I don't think the devil's shamed at all by your truth. I don't think.
No,
Yeah,
it's me.
I don't either. I think a lot
It's
of times
like he telling the truth. I'm so ashamed.
I want them to lie.
Where does that come from?
Well, the devil deals in deception, so God is truth. So anything that is not God is not truth.
Shouts out to Lucifer.
Oh
No.
Don't do that on our show.
It is a show on Fox
Yes,
that I
it
watch.
is.
That's what I'm
It
talking
is.
about.
Moving
Thank
back
you.
to LA for shooting for those of you guys that need a job.
And it's a great show.
Now,
It's an
wouldn't-
interesting
They're
show.
coming back to LA?
Yeah, they're moving back to LA
now
from
wouldn't
Vancouver.
this be interesting if the heathen don't make it through the whole show?
Who,
I'm
me?
just saying.
No, I'll be fine.
We'll see. We'll see.
Didn't I just have to quote something to you earlier when
You
you were
did. I was impressed. He quoted a little scripture
a little something?
that he just read this morning, but I was still impressed. Praise him.
And
I'm
you read
trying.
it,
Praise
so
him.
you know.
Hey,
I'm
that's
trying.
a step in the right direction.
I'm just trying to help your children.
Whose children?
The Lord.
Oh, Lord. You know what T.D. Bishop Jake said one time that was so funny to me? He said, God, I love you. He said, but your children sometimes. Lord have mercy. That's really the challenge, is dealing with the children.
Ooh, I know that challenge.
Yes.
Right now.
Shut up. Just shut up. All right, let's get into our show because our viewers don't need to know all this.
No.
Nope.
They don't need to know none of this. So, Courtney, how was your week? Let's talk to somebody sensible.
My week was great. The sun is back out. It's warm in California. I've been hiking every day, and I feel great.
Good. Where do you
Nice.
hike?
I just go to Fryman Canyon
Oh,
because
we were
it's
ta-
close by.
Tasha and I were talking about Fryman. I've never been to Fryman.
Seriously, it's like
Runyon.
right down the street.
Runyon, yes. What's the one off of Laurel?
Fryman.
Fryman.
Okay, maybe I've been to Fryman, not Runyon.
You ain't missing nothing.
You've been to Runyon. I can't
Everybody's
believe
been
it's
to
your
Who
Runyon.
has the
Runyon.
big steps?
Runyon.
Runyon.
Yeah.
Runyon.
Runyon is a Hollywood sign.
Oh, that's the one I've been to. I love that one.
I don't
think
like
it's
how that
so
one smells.
beautiful.
Me neither.
That's why I don't hike
Really?
there. Because
Yeah.
it smells like
No,
horse
it's
and dog
not.
too much.
Fryman is the discriminating place to go. It smells much better.
Where's
smells
I've
much
never
better.
been to Fryman.
It's close to you.
It's really close to you.
Really?
It's right on the Laurel Canyon.
Okay.
Technically, you could walk to Fryman.
Yes, you could.
No.
But she won't. Anyway.
I wouldn't advise her to either. I'm like,
She won't.
Sheree done skipped over me in my week.
How was your week, Demetrius? Your mother-in-law's in town?
Anyway,
ooh, nice.
Is it official?
no. This is the thing. Let me tell you something,
'Cause I don't know
Sheree.
what else I can
And you
say.
know, I
These
thought about
gentlemen
this.
is dealing-
You want
talk
to know?
about
You want to know what I'm gonna do? You
dealing
want to know
in
what I'm gonna do?
deceit. This Negro has
I
been
got a list of
dealing in
every
deceit for 4
guy
years.
Sheree has dated in the past year.
You do?
Yes, and I'm gonna read that motherfucker. You keep it up. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna talk about everything you don't say about each of them, good and bad. Now, you got anything else you want to say? You want to hear about my
Your
week?
lips is loose.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of loose lips, that's our show. So let's get into it.
Let's
We got
get into it.
he's going through all the pictures. Okay, really interesting because this did y'all see this on social media?
When you sent it to me, that's when I looked, and this was horrible.
Oh God.
Is
Oh,
this the
God.
Dallas couple?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is, well, today our show is about loose lips and how sharing too much can really get you in a pickle and get you in a, can get you in a lot of trouble. Hence our first story. This has to be a case of social media remorse because they shared a little too much. It's a Dallas couple, and they've been charged with murder after snitching on themselves in a Facebook Live video, admitting to murdering a man. The video shows 17-year-old. I'm not even gonna mention their names because I don't even think it's worth it. But anyway, wow. Have y'all ever shared anything and then kind of had social media sharing remorse?
I'm pretty good about
Yeah, I feel like not on social media. Maybe these
Filtering.
lips have
Yeah.
spoken a little too much.
What you say?
Well, we gonna get
said
to
a little
that.
too much.
Well, can we say a little
Yeah,
about the
please
couple?
say a little about the
Yes.
couple.
I couldn't even finish it. I started watching this, and I'm listening to them talk, and him talking about how he doesn't care about going back to jail. I would assume he's a felon. I could be wrong. As he's loading, he talks about how he's not going to use the hollow points. He don't really touch them. He
Lord
uses
have
this,
mercy.
and she's
And showing
co-signing.
the
I just have a
in
quick
the
question.
video.
Did you have a translator? Because I could not understand what they were saying.
I did. Now I will
was a
say
case
this:
for
I did go to school
subtitles.
down south, but I could understand some of it because that's a really heavy accent,
Yeah.
and they're cutting off words. But it got irritating. It wasn't so much I couldn't understand; it was the subject matter, and they wouldn't complete thoughts. So you have two people who are speaking in a heavy accent that you may not be familiar
Well,
with.
I grew up in Houston, so but this was like some hood ghetto.
Right. Mix that in
Ignorant.
with cutting off the words.
Their
Mix that
words.
in with it's not well thought out
Because
anyway.
they stupid.
Right.
Mix that in with
Dumb.
ignorant.
And we're not even gonna broach the subject of statutory rape since she's 27 and he's 17.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know
at
what
17
the
it's not
consent-
legal.
It's
No.
legal in Michigan.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
17 is the age of consent in a lot of
Okay.
states.
I don't know where they.
Here
they're in
it's
Dallas.
18 though, right? I believe.
California?
Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
think Dallas is 17. I'm thinking it's
I would
18.
think like the whole South is
Well,
like
I don't know
17.
what
15.
Texas is.
Now, when I looked at her, I promise you, I thought it was one of Trey's aunties. I was like, what?
Oh. Oh.
No,
Right, it looks. I'm not gonna say her name, but it looks like one of my son's aunts. And
I
was
just,
like,
I
"What
just,
should
I
do?"
just watched. I just didn't know what to say because they were like serious about this subject. You know,
It was
Yeah, it's
embarrassing
crazy.
and it's shameful.
now did you? Okay, one part. I'm sorry, because you know I can find a
Yes.
joke and everything. Did you see how she was jumping up trying to pop her stuff, and he was like, "You better quit jumping up, shaking my stuff on, letting me see. I will kick your." And so we saw a little bit of love in the.
They
That's
were
that-
just
do you
like
think
that
they-
thug
they're-
love.
they're
I don't
both-
want none of that.
do you think they're both possibly mentally?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
that's
maybe
what I
on a
wonder.
drug, some.
I didn't think they were because I knew I
they
had
were
known
on
of
drugs?
someone who was on drugs that
No.
committed armed robbery along with his girlfriend.
But what I'm saying-
They
not,
seem sober to me.
they seem
No,
very
when I
sober.
Sober
say-
in that moment
Yeah,
versus
like-
a drug addict.
Or
like,
when
still
somebody
like-
see you thinking crackhead.
I didn't get
we having
drugs.
this conversation. Some people are functioning addicts.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have to be wilding out like, we gonna, they could just, they
Well, what
probably
you think they on? Weed?
pop pills. No.
I think they own. I think they own
Michelle.
a
stupid.
little man.
I feel you, but no,
Yeah.
nothing. There's no erratic
You got-
behavior here.
But it doesn't have to be erratic because
Okay.
maybe they do it on a regular basis, like get up in the morning, smoke a pipe or
I'm
something.
sure they do some
They do
recreational
something, so
stuff.
their brain cells are gone, already from the mental problems, and then in addition, I'm telling you, they
That
are.
was just the
I
height of
think it's
ignorance.
You can. Why would you be touching gunshots? See, this is what's missing, and we've used all of these.
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you why though?
Okay.
Because they're also performing for an audience.
Yeah.
There was a movie, I forget who it was, where there are two killers and they were doing it for the cameras.
This is in real life.
No, it's just a movie.
Okay.
It's just a movie. I forget who it was. I can't remember. But you kind of can see this type of thing happening more now
Yeah.
that you have live video to broadcast this type of shit to everybody. That's really
It's-
what it
well,
is.
It's instant celebrity.
And
It
people
really
are
is. You
commenting.
got an audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You could see when you watch the video, they had like 32 people watching, and she was doing a little, you know what I mean?
She's
Trying
straightening
to-
herself out and stuff.
It's
So,
like ignorant,
Yes.
just ignorant.
I think it will happen more.
So back
It'll
to
happen more.
so y'all never shared anything. You never put anything out there and said, "Dang, why'd I share that?"
On social media?
Yes. Well, many people do, which brings us to our next story.
No, what normally happens is that other people share shit that they shouldn't
shouldn't
share
share.
that involves me.
That's true.
That's why. Now I'm gonna tell you what. That's why you can't. If you ever notice on my Facebook page, you can't just post to my Facebook page.
You can.
You have to like add it to your timeline.
Add to my time. Why? Cause I don't. Cause I don't. Let me
people-
see.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how you can do that? But yeah, I got it.
I had I never forget. I had to call
somebody.
somebody. Y'all probably know him. I was like, dog, you need to get on Facebook. This person done posted something to this page about how fake you are.
Ooh.
And he was like, oh, thanks, dog. You had to go handle it.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus! All right, let's. What y'all think about this? Russell Wilson, Sierra, and DaBaby, their family photo shoot, which got a bunch of people talking. What do y'all think about this family photo shoot? What do y'all think about the pic?
I wonder what they because they got kids.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
What they do.
Y'all, would y'all do that?
Hell no.
That's in the end.
What? Okay. What wouldn't you do, and why wouldn't you do it?
That's a good question.
let's be
Is it
clear.
the naked baby?
Okay,
Is
yeah,
the head in the
first
butt?
of all,
Which one?
I don't like that my little son's penis is on my belly and my new boo's hands are like right under his butt. All of that, and I know I shouldn't be
Okay,
thinking sexual,
no.
but
But
that
that's
just
what you
bothers
see.
me. Like, cause his fingernail swiped that little kid's butt a few times on accident. No.
What is wrong with you?
He was scratching his ass.
It's too close. Like things happen. You know what I'm saying? It was.
It's Thursday. I'm about to
It
throw
was
back
too
Thursday.
much.
So you
Cole,
think
you stupid.
you think it's distasteful?
I don't see the art in this.
Yeah.
And then she has on his drawers.
Yeah, that was so. What was the white
I never even
tiny
got that.
whiteies? Like I didn't get it.
They make briefs for women. They
But
don't
they not
necessarily
cute.
have to
Those
be
are
his
his.
drawers.
But they
now
not
the caption,
cute.
she shared this. I should be clear with our viewers. She shared this on her Instagram page, and it said "Just the four of us." And it's celebrating, the family and the birth of their unborn baby.
The melding.
Melding of the
I'm gonna
family
tell you,
and him holding up the
thank
family
you.
and her.
If the
holding
baby was not there, that would have been bomb. Like that's beautiful. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like okay.
even with the white drawers on.
If she
I
wanted to
don't
wear,
mind the briefs.
she want to wear her man's drawers, girl. You gotta just let her. She love him. He treating her good. Future didn't do right, and now he is. You know.
I
Celebrating
told you
him
she
by
was gonna get
wearing
him,
his
Rick.
drawers.
Told you she could pull
got
this
him.
off. She did.
got him. Now let me tell you, some of the comments were beautiful, and then some were dumb.
Yeah.
WYD, Russ. Like, what you doing, Russ? And isn't this Future's kid? So some people thought it was very disrespectful to Future, who happens to be the father of the baby. What do y'all think about that?
I don't care. I don't think you gotta say. Like, I don't.
That's bullshit right there. See that right there? That right there? That right there? That get me at your house. That get me at your house.
No, it didn't, because that's why you still over there and she's over here with another man.
That's gonna get you a criminal case.
I don't think he didn't do. I don't think they did. It would be different if it was just him and the boy.
No,
and they were,
that's
that
too
would be
much.
weird
No,
to me.
that's too much
but with
for-
mom, I
that's-
don't think it's that bad.
It's too much. It's too much for a man. Because this thing about if it was you and you're a man, that's too much, because that's at the end of the day, she shares that child with him, with Future.
Let's reverse it. Let's say this was Kevin Hart, and what's his wife's name? Nico. And I don't want to put Kevin Hart in this. I don't know him, but whatever. We need something for people to feel. And he got his 2 naked children. Then, if they had a baby coming, a new
they're too old
child.
to be doing that.
Let's say they're young enough.
Elementary school.
But just say it's a man doing this. If to you,
I
and
would
that's
still
fine
feel
too.
the same.
How old is that baby?
I think he's too big to be naked.
Yeah,
but
he
that's
might
just-
be too big to be naked.
That's not my issue. To me, the issue is she should call him and say, "Hey, look,
How
I'm
you
thinking
know she
about
did?
doing this." If she did, cool. But if she didn't, and let's assume she didn't, because that's kind of what everybody's saying, like, Future, what you think? I think she should have called him and said, "How do you feel about this? This is what we're about to do."
Is the problem taking the photo, or is the problem
nudity.
sharing the photo?
The nudity.
It's only a
With the
problem
world.
taking it if Future wasn't consulted beforehand,
No,
in my
but
opinion.
But
Okay,
is
so-
it because it's a photo that is nude as a family, or would you be fine if it was same pose but they were all dressed?
In my role as attorney, I tell people this. I have a role as attorney and a role as a counselor. Okay, this is what you can do legally. This is what you should do, given that you're going to have to raise this child with Future for the next 17, whatever years. That's the counsel part. Do you want to have a somewhat harmonious relationship? Then do the right thing. Call him up. Whether it's naked or fully clothed. If you about to do a photo shoot with his kids, say, hey, even if you just go tell him, me, Russell, we're about to take a family shot with the kids. So they're not surprised when they just see it up there. That's just the way to do stuff. If you got a problem with it, fine.
So they
But just
had
tell them.
permission for a family portrait?
You don't have to have permission, but give alertness. Alert them before it's just on social
I see what
media.
you're saying. Just out of respect, just to kind of give them a heads up. Well, this is my thing. I don't really like the picture either from an artistic standpoint. I don't get the sexual thing. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe the baby is a little too old to be
The
naked.
baby's 2.
Oh no, then the baby's not.
The baby's just tall.
The baby,
Yeah, it's just big. It's
the
just
baby
big.
looks 4. It's too
No,
big.
the baby's
It just
2.
looks weird.
It's just a weird.
I think the baby's 2.
The proportions
Why is
are
Russ's
very,
head
very
buried in
odd.
her butt?
Yeah.
Like, I would
Let me
like
tell
to
you
see
something.
what people say, where
when
is
you
his,
when you're looking at the
head?
art, it's not saying this baby is 2. Oh, it's okay. You're just looking at the picture. That baby is too long for this. The photographer should have said it.
Fix
It's
the
not gonna work.
dimensions.
Well,
No, it's not gonna work. Sorry, Sierra.
Let me weigh in on it. My thought is she is, she's got a new relationship. She's remarried. That baby is very much a part of that family as well. So I personally think she has every right to do this kind of thing. Now I also think that out of respect, if you're gonna blast it and
on
share it with the
Instagram,
whole
yeah.
world, then the father, Future, should have definitely got a call, or maybe, hey, this is the picture I'm going to post or something, because you always want to respect him and consider his feelings as well.
That's how you
Fair
get along.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how you get along.
And
Absolutely.
you keep down strife because you don't. I kind of agree
Yes.
with something Wendy Williams said. I was like, I'm a man. I understand that. This could end up being a situation where somebody knocks on the door. It's like, yeah, this Future, I'm here. Where Russell at? We got to talk. I got a problem with this.
Yeah.
And you try
Yeah,
to
yeah.
avoid that.
Yeah, but we don't know. We're just hoping
know.
that she had
She
a
might have.
conversation.
She might have said
He might not
Yes.
care. He might
Yeah.
not care. But for anybody who's looking at this, don't go out here and try to do this shit and say, I can do this.
Now
'cause
let
I'm-
me ask you, do you think she needed, say she did, hypothetically speaking, she did have the conversation, do you think she needs to ask for his permission?
What if he said, no, you can't have a nigga baby? Should she have not done it?
Should she have not done it if he said no? I probably, if I was if I had a baby with someone that I used to be married with and she did not want me to do it, I probably would not do it because it's not worth it. If she really had a problem with it, because
Yeah.
I believe in being considerate to the person that wouldn't have on the baby with me. So
but that baby's gonna
I was gonna
have
say,
to.
does the baby feel weird?
Well, I bet too.
Seeing, well, not
probably
now, but like seeing the picture that he could have been involved in.
He's gonna very much have to feel like he's a part of the nucleus of that family, because the two of them now are building their own
that's a good
family.
point.
So you have to include him. He has to be very, very included. And people are like, why? That's future son. Why? No, that's her son too. And if he's excluded, he's gonna feel some kind of way about that.
And Russell, I would assume, is contributing to the raising of this child. So if they're
Absolutely.
in
I
this
think
day, get it.
the way Sheree breaks it down, because it really is just, she's just trying to include him, and it just got
Yeah. It's
just
messed.
a
The
little
creativity just got a little shaky.
Just not a great picture. You know what I mean? Like from like you said, from an artistic standpoint, it kind of, when you look at it, almost like she got a big old butt. It's just
and
weird.
it's his
It's
shoulder,
like, oh,
like-
that's him. It's his shoulder. Where's his head? It's just, it's just
Well, I hope she. I hope it was handled properly,
I hope
and
so,
she was
too.
inclusive of everyone that needed to be.
and he hasn't
consulted.
spoken out about a future, right? He hasn't said anything.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah,
He
so
hasn't.
maybe she,
Why
gave
does
him a
it
heads
even
up.
have to be posted on Instagram? Like, just,
But
Because
again, that's like, is it sharing too much?
I feel like this is for attention.
yeah, because like you could have posted, because she took some naked by herself. Like, post yours. Like, why you got to put the whole family
Well,
picture?
you know
up
what
there?
Beyonce,
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh.
Plus,
But post the ones by yourself.
no, her fans
Or
want to
just
see
with
this.
you and
I
the
don't follow
baby.
Sierra, but I'm sure her followers were fine with
this
this.
has us talking about her.
Did you see the one she did by herself?
Yeah.
Incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Gorgeous,
That was
gorgeous
just weird.
pictures.
I don't know who set
I love
that
the
up.
video. I'm Every Woman with everybody in it. That was amazing. I thought that was a cute,
Got your baby. And
Well, let's move on, y'all. Okay, so we're talking about loose lips. This is a picture of Jennifer Williams, Evelyn Lozada. So, what information is? Oh no. She's talking about in this story. Wait, let me find it, you guys. Bear with me,
Oh, I
because
can
she
help
gave
you
an
out a little
interview.
bit with
Yeah,
it.
help me out with that. Help me out. 'cause
Okay,
I
allegedly what happened to Jennifer, I heard this part
I got it.
for myself. Oh, Jennifer Williams, who used to be on Basketball Wives, I think it was Miami.
Yes.
And now they're doing Basketball Wives Los Angeles. They've done
Number
it for
5.
Yeah, they've done it for a while.
Yeah.
And so Evelyn is who was also in Miami and used to be good friends with Jennifer, is now she's on
Basketball Wives LA.
LA.
Yeah.
I'm going to take
Evelyn.
it over for you, Demetrius.
Yeah, go ahead. No, it's
So-
just a pass off. I'm being guarded right now.
Okay, so what happened was the last season that Jennifer and Evelyn did together, they fell out. They used to be best friends,
Season 4.
and they fell out totally. Everybody left the show. It was a big mess. Now cut to Miami is over. Now LA is going strong. Shawnee is still on the show. They brought Evelyn back. Tammy is on there, and it was talks about Jennifer being on the show now, and she was interested. She was talking to the producer. She said, but she got word that somebody on the cast doesn't want her on there.
Okay, stop right
Apparently
there.
on a panel.
Yeah.
She was doing a panel. Tammy Roman had a book release or book signing, which was being filmed for Basketball Wives 5. And somehow the conversation turned and somebody asked, and she found out, she heard that somebody.
But she
doesn't
had
want
already
one of
told the
cast
world that she
members.
was planning on coming
Yeah.
back before saying like, oh, someone doesn't want me. She had just said, I'm going to be coming back. And so then that alerted whoever that was, allegedly it was
Right.
Evelyn, who did not want her back, like, okay, let me get started.
And when she did an interview with Z107.9, and they asked if she thought it was Evelyn who didn't want her back, her response was, well, that's the thing. She said, I'm definitely cool with Shawnee. Tammy and I have a great relationship. She said, but Evelyn and I definitely aren't friends. So I don't know why the new girls would say that. So you can figure it out for yourself. So she feels that it was Evelyn who has blocked her blessing.
I think it was.
Now, let me ask you a question. Because
do.
reality, we've done reality. Reality can be very cunning.
Yeah.
Is that a smart move since these two fell out? To keep her off the show? Because what happens is they were once best friends. They were best friends for I think 12 years. So they know each other's secrets.
Jennifer is to blame at the end of the day.
What do you
Why is she
mean?
the one?
Because you shouldn't have said nothing until your contract was signed. That's where it all goes wrong.
I see. So you're coming from that angle. So she loose lips. She talked too soon.
Yeah.
Said she was going to be a part of it, and Evelyn.
Cut it off.
Well, like, was it last week? A few weeks ago, me and Michelle, we were talking about Amber Rose buying the strip club.
Yes.
Talking too much. But what has she done? She hadn't really bought the strip club. She had just filed for the trademark. But you need to wait until you get it stamped back from the USPTO saying this is your trademark. Now they get to say, no, we've been operating under that trademark for this amount of time, or that name this amount of time. Can't give it to her.
Wow. Talking too much.
So throwing all that out. Now, is Evelyn wrong for blocking her? I don't know. Y'all can answer that.
Well, evidently, Evelyn, I'm a Sagittarius.
If she did, allegedly
If she did.
If she did.
I'm a Sagittarius like Evelyn.
Oh, we getting deep.
Yeah, and sometimes
This refers to signs now.
sometimes, because if you talk too much, like, don't mention my business, because I do have some friends who they get excited when we get out and they start mentioning things, and I'm like, shut up.
Oh.
I don't.
Who are these friends?
I will not tell you the truth because he has a pen in his hand.
You want to know her business?
No, but they don't see. I only give so much. So if you do take it and run with it, I can retract.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna give anything.
That's funny.
I just feel like Evelyn still feels hurt because I think she feels like she talks too much.
Yeah, but the thing is, how transparent are you with friends?
I mean, I have a very small circle of friends, so I'm pretty transparent with a very select few people.
What about you?
I don't tell nobody else my business.
I'm very open with my friends, but I'm kind of like Batman in that Batman has a plan to kill Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman if necessary. But those his people.
Right.
But I got a plan to kill you. If I have to kill you, I got a plan.
You see, he has a thing on you, Sheree. He got some secrets in the vault.
Demetrius ain't got
Did you see
nothing
what
on
happened
me.
right there? I was like,
I'm
Sheree,
scared.
I done told you about running your mouth. Now this is what's gonna happen. Keep one. You gotta keep a plan.
So let's go back when you do break up, because we all have friends that we've shared things with at one point because the relationship was good, or we're maybe even trying to build a relationship, and the relationship goes sour. And then it's like, oh gosh, you got my stuff, but I got your stuff too. So what do you do when they start telling your stuff? What do you do? Do you still? Do you? Yeah.
Well, when I was in high school, Garland said something that stuck with me. He was like, "Man, even if we weren't friends anymore, I wouldn't tell your secrets, even if you told mine." And I thought that it was very profound, and so I take that on. I wouldn't tell, even if you tell all my shit. I'm not doing it.
So you still feel like basically the obligation to still protect and serve.
Yes.
This is somebody who thought enough about me one time. We were close. That shared her stuff. I'm not gonna.
Not the big stuff. And that's bullshit about but not the big stuff.
Not
She's
serious.
She's like
yeah.
No, I'm just. You said the small things, like what she likes, or like, oh yeah. Me? She laughing. But you, the face you gave me was like.
Because I'm like, because it sounds real sexual. Like after you stop dating somebody, I started telling what people. What she likes.
I was talking about friends, not dating.
Okay.
I'm just talking about friends. I'm just saying, like, if you mention certain small things, but I wouldn't say, oh, she slept with this guy that day and slept with him that night, a different guy. Those
a lot
kind
of women do, and that's so nasty and it's so messy, and it's kind of like two different situations. There's some people that just start blabbing. The minute y'all fall out, they just start talking. I can see it being a little more tempting to share your secrets if you're sharing mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can see that, but still, I love what Garland said, because that's character, and I don't think you should ever allow somebody to make you become something that you're not.
Yes.
That's true.
But
what if it's by accident?
What you mean?
Because, sometimes when you, not tight with somebody no more and it's been, a while and, you just not in the mind frame, that's your home. You just don't think that way anymore.
Really
and so you can find yourself. I found myself in one situation where I was just talking and somebody asked me a question. That's part of the problem. Like, I'm super honest, so it's hard for me to lie about something. So I got asked a question about a situation. I'm not tight with that person anymore. It's been quite a long time. And I started just answering the question. And I was like, oh, I don't know that that's supposed to be common knowledge. So it wasn't necessarily that I was like trying to spread your business, but you're not in my life anymore, so I don't sort of have that at the forefront of my brain. And when somebody asks me something straight up, I'm gonna answer it. And then I realized maybe I shouldn't have said that.
So what'd you do after? Did you call?
I literally
the
said,
ex-friend, or?
damn, I might not should have said that. That person don't talk to me no more, and I don't talk to them. So I just told that person, like, I don't know that was supposed to be common knowledge, but I done said it now. I can't take it back, so it's out there.
What Demetrius got questions.
I think it's fine. I didn't know what the solution was until she continued talking. I think what you should do is if you put something out there and you tell somebody something that you feel like, I shouldn't have said that, you need to put the same restrictions on them that you felt like were on you that you forgot about. Where it's like, hey, look, that's not common knowledge. Do not repeat that. I didn't mean to say that, and move on from there.
Okay, I didn't say all that.
I know you didn't, and that's why I said what I said, because you seem kind of nonchalant about it. But it's like, well, I don't think I was supposed to say it, which goes to what Sheree said about was it really an accident?
But if they're her friend, they should get it.
No,
that's what
fuck
she's
that.
saying.
No,
She only has a small amount of friends.
But that's the thing. My the circle's this big. I ain't even got nobody to talk to. That's why people like telling me stuff. Like, ain't nobody gonna find out, girl, because who I'm gonna talk to?
If Courtney told you, oh, you know what, I said a little bit too much, I don't know if that's common knowledge, you wouldn't think like, oh, I'm not going to repeat that.
Oh, you wouldn't know that like that's not supposed to be like spread further?
How about I don't want there to be any wiggle room when it comes to something like that? How about Courtney takes the extra 10 seconds that she failed to take before she opened her mouth to say.
Oh, hold up. First of all, I took 10 seconds when I opened my mouth, and I'm an honest person, so I'm gonna tell the truth, whether I try to wiggle and make it still true, but then answer like it's another situation. You're not my friend anymore. I don't have any obligation to you.
See all this?
You know what? Let me tell you, that
I will do my
reminds me.
best.
That reminds me of something, because I had to give this lesson to Trey, because you teach your kids to tell the truth and be honest. But people come up to him, and they still do, but you know, I mean, he wasn't prepared as a youth, and he would answer questions that adults asked him because he thought he had to tell the truth. And I had to make it clear to him, you don't have to answer every question somebody asks you.
Well, for sure.
I mean,
that doesn't mean that. I'm speaking of a very specific situation with somebody that I was in a friendship with. That we were having a conversation about somebody else, and that's how it came out. It's not like somebody rolled up on me like, "Yo, what you know about such and such?" And I was like, "I gotta tell the truth. Like, I ain't crazy." Like,
as far as I'm concerned, information is on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah, you don't have to. And that's another thing. I had to learn that too. I'm like, I don't have to answer every question somebody asks me. You know what I mean? You can still be honest, but you can respectfully decline to answer something. You just can't.
sometimes declining to answer though is the answer, and that's worse than just saying what you need to say.
Say that again.
Sometimes declining to answer is worse than what the actual answer is, because people gonna draw their own conclusion. When you be like,
I think it depends,
I can't say nothing about.
But I
that.
think it depends on it's the delivery.
See me, I'll just say, I don't even know. They'll ask you real quick.
But that's a lie.
If I hit you with the girl, I ain't gonna say nothing.
That
about
is something that you say.
It's the delivery. I say that.
You do say that, like, I don't know.
But what if you say, I can't speak on that?
I don't think you can read that either way. I can't speak on that.
I'll just say, I don't know.
Oh, I say, it depends on the situation.
It don't matter. My answer is, I don't know.
It's okay to lie.
I can't speak on that.
Lying
is okay.
I don't want to take the time to think about it and remember. I don't know. Because I don't know if I could tell you. I don't know if I want to tell you.
That's what she's saying.
I just don't know.
I'm not saying that, America. I'm saying sometimes lying is okay.
I tell my
some lies.
kids,
I'm going to tell a lot of lies
I
this year.
tell my kids sometimes to say, I don't know.
I damn sure will.
You gonna tell who?
I'm going to tell a lot of lies this year. A lot of lies.
Because
Why?
he's a lawyer. They lie.
That's what he gotta do.
Let me say this.
They manipulate the truth.
I have had, like,
not a
when
lie.
I've been in relationships with this one particular girl got mad at me because I would not tell her something. And I couldn't. One, it was about a client. And even if it wasn't, it was something so
The
personal.
girl you were seeing?
Yeah.
So pillow talk.
Oh, am I skipping ahead?
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah,
That's a great segue.
And she got upset, and she was like, da, da, da. And I was like, that's confidential. And she's like, what do you mean that's confidential? I sent you this client. I was like, it doesn't matter. Once you send the person to me, it's confidential. But I carry that over into my real life.
Because y'all were
good.
probably in the bed like these two when you were having that
Yeah, we
conversation.
had just finished. But I'm not telling you. You can ask me during. No, that Lori, that will never turn off. You're like trained, and so I can't turn it off. Even in friendships, it's like it's some things I know about my boys that other things that they don't know. I'm not telling him. He didn't tell you. I'm not telling. And even if I want to like say you on some bullshit, Sheree,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to say that behind your back. I want you to be there when I say it. So that's just how I am. I'm gonna watch you.
Like I said,
I don't trust nobody
I'm
that
not a
can't lie.
gossiper, so
I don't trust nobody
I
that
did
can't
not
lie.
say I cannot lie.
Did you really just say
Everybody
that?
can lie.
I don't trust nobody that can't lie.
Everybody can
I
lie.
have a hard time.
I choose not
I have a
to
hard
lie.
time lying. I do. I feel guilty. I feel guilty after the fact.
Well, that's you know
I
what?
do.
You
I feel
shouldn't-
really guilty.
You're trying to do too much. You should like you telling the lie and,
I'm
feeling
a
guilty.
bad liar.
Only do one or the other.
I'm a terrible liar.
So-
Now, say I believe in the social tag. If you go to somebody's house and they feed you a beautiful meal, that they have cooked with passion and love, and it just happens to be nasty. I mean, oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
That's
That's
what-
social tag.
You
That's
say
a
you
little
enjoyed
different.
it?
Yeah, see,
I
I'm
mean,
not-
what do you say?
I'm not
not
I
gonna
tell the
say I
truth.
enjoyed
I won't say
I won't say
enjoyed it.
anything.
Yeah.
And I'm bad at hiding my face, so I can't even hide
Me too.
my
Honestly, that it just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Now, there's certain things
But
I care
there's
about.
a
I'm not gonna
little
tell you you
lady-
look good when you don't. I'm not gonna say somebody's beautiful when they're
neither.
not.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Like,
I'm in that same
Courtney
line.
said some people are beautiful. I'm like,
Who?
I ain't gonna say it. I ain't think nothing. I was like, I'm just gonna sit there.
There's not. I don't believe there's a lot of ugly people out there. There's
Yeah.
very few people that I would say you are ugly, because I feel like ugly is like
harsh.
hard. Like it's like there's no redeeming quality if you are ugly. There are lots of redeeming qualities.
Well, that's a
People
different
that-
standard.
Like
but-
Lee Jones in the
beautiful,
world.
like but
Nah.
beautiful because
So
you
what
are the
percentage of the
creation,
population
man.
do you think is beautiful?
I mean, I don't even know that many people. I don't know. Like most of us, you creations of
mo-
God.
Oh, that's bullshit.
No, it's not.
Like 70% of the world is ugly.
Maybe she's looking at it from the
70%.
inside.
Maybe 80.
Not
I'm sorry,
ugly.
80% of people are just.
Courtney
are
Fox
You
not-
on
are
the inside.
saying 80% of God's creation is ugly.
It's aesthetically,
Ugly?
yes.
See, I can't ride with
70.
Ugly is a strong word.
It
really
depends
is.
I
on
don't
your
even use
definition
that
of ugly.
word.
Okay,
I'll
then
say very unattractive.
let's start.
Ooh,
Let's
that's a
go
very
here then.
unattractive
How
human
about
being.
this?
Your face is very asymmetrical.
10% of the people in the world's population are beautiful. Is that fair to say? Only 10%.
If your definition of beauty
Well,
is based on symmetry,
Beauty
perfect
is in
symmetry,
the eye of the beholder.
that's a lie. Because most humans view beauty specifically based on symmetry.
10%. I'm done. Go on here. Talk
All right, so
about
pillow
So
talk.
pillow talk. Let's get it. Like
Dang,
how
we all
much?
ugly? Is that what's going on? I mean, if you sorry, I'm thinking statistically
How, and
speaking.
he gonna look up the statistics. Lord have mercy.
I'm checking my
How-
text.
How you gonna check your text?
Can we- I wanna
It's
talk
a
about
show.
pillow
Because-
talk.
Real
Pillow
show.
talk.
We got a
So
show to do.
what should you do?
And what?
What should I mean? Like, how much should you share with your partner?
Much as you want to.
I said no, not me, because I had a friend who did other things. Her and her husband did other things in the bedroom, and she assumed that I told my husband this. At the time that I mentioned to, she was like, "Oh, I assumed you had told him." I'm like, "No." Things that'll make your character, that can hurt your character.
But that might be a reasonable assumption, though.
That ain't no reasonable assumption.
No. It's okay. A reasonable assumption that when you tell somebody who's booed up, especially if they're married, you know what I mean? Like, I got a problem if you share a bunch of my stuff with your boyfriend, your transitional boyfriend, but if it's your spouse, for the most part, I kind of assume that you're not keeping secrets from your spouse.
Guys know better because this is what happened. Let's say I'm dating Michelle, right? And let's say he's dating you. And let's say I'm messing around with Courtney, right? And I tell him, and he tell you, and then you tell her. So guys know, it's like, look, don't be telling everybody who I'm doing and all this type of stuff. So
But
no.
y'all don't have the same need to get things off your chest that we have.
Yes, they do.
I don't think they
Men
do.
are gossipers. They talk more than women. They don't hold it. They are.
See, that would be
gossip-
a turnoff to me. I don't know catty, gossipy
Gossipy
men.
guys, yeah.
That's like that's some old feminine stuff to me.
Meet Michelle. I want to cut these cameras off. Michelle is slightly right. The only thing is men don't spend as much time because we get straight to the point. Like, this is what happened, and we move it
You're
on.
more bottom
But
line.
men, yeah, we talk. We
Perfect example. They tell who they hit. Like, oh, I knocked her off. I did her,
But
and her.
that's an ego thing, though.
But
It's
they
still-
still.
That's not a secret. Why would that be a secret?
But
What?
if the woman, I don't want it. You.
Why
don't-
would it be a secret?
Because
Who
they
you
might
sleep
all be
with?
friends.
Or don't discuss my stuff with.
What
them.
woman wants a guy? I used to.
No, we know y'all do that. Now, if we do that to each other, that's a no-no.
But that's what she's talking about. What men do. I think I was attractive to a lot of women because I did not do that, especially when I was in college. Nobody had no idea who I was fucking. They had no idea. But there's so many guys
Maybe
that go.
they assumed you weren't.
There's so many guys that run around as soon as they finish, they tell everybody, and that makes a girl feel like, well, damn, because
Oh, yeah.
women don't want everybody to know. But like
No,
Michelle's
we
pointing
don't.
out, guys do gossip about that and do tell.
And
But I think we know that y'all talk about it.
But even not just that. That was the first.
That's
the
the
beginning.
example.
They talk. They gossip. I'm telling you, they
She's
gossip.
right. The
Even
same
my-
things that you gossip about. Who did what? Who's going
Yes.
where? Who makes what?
I can't
Who mad at who? Who don't like that?
stand no gossipy man.
But
I
sometimes,
don't like a gossipy woman.
But sometimes they gossip and you don't even realize it's gossip.
Yeah.
Because me and you had a situation, not like a situation, but a friend of ours, mutual friend,
Mm-hmm.
and he gossiped something and told you something, and I'm like, dang, he had to mention that. You know what I mean? That was gossiping.
My friend first?
Yes.
Yeah, he had an obligation to tell me.
No, not about what I'm doing.
Holy special
See
rules.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
With him? Yeah.
No. You don't remember what I'm. I'm talking about a specific thing. I'm just saying, like, say if we,
Sheree felt
okay,
that.
say that
She got rules. Use my friend first.
Sheree
You better
got
tell me.
ego.
No, say if I
See,
had.
she got ego.
If I had 10 shots, so say I had 10 shots of alcohol. And he's like, she had 10 shots of alcohol. That's too much. She was drinking. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe you shouldn't drink with my friends.
Oh.
No, but.
Well, this is a whole nother show.
Michelle, see,
Michelle, I'm cheating.
But I met the
But I
friend.
got
But wait,
you.
no, I met
'Cause
the
you
friend
are-
from
you are-
another friend first, though.
You are, yeah, but the connection wasn't there. That's what I'm saying. We meet people all the time, but you connect. You know,
Yeah,
when
but
you
still-
connect.
but-
But you're very private.
They
though.
having a personal
Yeah, so that
relation.
still he's a gossiper. He's a gossiper.
Okay, I don't know if the person that you're thinking
They're
that you're
litigating on a
referring
friend
to,
and whether or not
I don't
he's a gossip,
consider- I
if
don't know,
anybody's
but you know what though?
confused.
Maybe because I'm not a gossiper, people don't feel comfortable to gossip with me.
well, keep in mind,
So
there's a
I don't-
difference
maybe I don't
between
know.
men gossiping and being gossipers.
Yeah.
Because a gossiper is on a whole nother level. We all know that person, whereas like they're cool. I wouldn't tell my business. Why? Because they tell me
tell everybody.
everybody's
Yes,
business.
right.
Oh yeah.
So there are
That's a
men
tip-off.
and women like that. But what Michelle, and you tell me why I'm wrong, is trying to say is that men gossip too. When you watch the NBA,
Flips.
watch the NBA. They're on opposite teams. They hardly see each other. What y'all talking about? You can see they like. They ain't talking about the game. They talking about some shit that's gonna happen after the game. Something happened.
Yo, that's me right there. And they be like, me too. Wait a minute.
You know her?
Interesting.
Biggie has a song called I Got a Story to Tell, where he talks about being in this girl's house and her boyfriend who plays for the Knicks comes there. And he's telling the story about how he robbed the dude in order to get out because he was about to have sex with her and all this. And then his boy's like, I could have told you she was shady. I used to mess with her cousin, but you ain't know that. That's it. And they playing dice and gossiping. That's all that
Well,
is.
I don't know. What I'm saying is, I don't know if I'm putting that into a gossiping category.
But that's
Men
what it is.
sharing sexual conquest and wanting.
And today is the anniversary
like
of Dave's
she's-
death, too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Shout
today-
him out.
yeah, he came up
10,
and-
10 years.
20,
no, 20
20
years.
years.
20
Yeah.
years. Oh, my goodness. Well, we're going to get to, I don't know how much time we have left.
Producer, how much time
How
we
much
got?
time?
5 minutes.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
you got time.
Oh, we got
Oh,
time.
we got time. We got time. We got
Y'all
Y'all
talk
can
about
just keep
some shit.
talking. I want to know about the
haven't- It's
friends.
past our
So
time to eat.
let me ask you this. I know we're so hungry. I can't
All I'm
focus.
thinking about
Give
is
me
what
a-
am I gonna eat
my
after
mind
that?
is so distracted.
Your one meal.
Your one meal, the producer said. Look,
I wanted to ask you.
I got these vegan cookies. If y'all want them, you like vegan? I'll let you try
If
them.
they're good.
They're good.
I've
They're
had
pretty
some
good.
good vegan cookies.
We,
Yeah.
we,
Are they tantalizing us?
Oh, y'all can't eat that because it's not a
I'll
meal.
try it.
I've never heard tantalizing
Next
music.
thing gonna pull out some champagne out her purse or his.
Y'all,
Girl, I wish.
we are
I
sitting
should've
over here.
bought it.
We are sitting over here hungry.
Y'all need some Guinness. Y'all need that thick beer y'all can chew.
Beer. We don't drink beer.
Say,
drink beer?
does anybody drink
No,
beer?
but you know what I would love? Child, I would love this. Oh, God. I'm having a moment. Well, it is eat, pray, listen. We just gonna talk eat right now because we're so hungry. New Orleans. I went to, Dumont's?
Cafe du Monde.
Lord have mercy. And had that thick coffee that you basically could, it was so thick and black and rich, but those beignets. Oh, God.
Hey, look here. Men of America, single men. If you're looking for a single woman, come down to the studio because Michelle is pretty much single.
What happened to
Pretty much
Sheree?
single.
Let me finish. And she hungry. So if
she
you
gonna
bring some
do
food
anything
right
for a
now,
meal
You
right
gotta be the
now.
man of her
What would you
dreams.
do for a meal right now? What would you do? What would you do?
I'm not that hungry because the Lord is with me and I have my water.
It's only been a couple days.
No, it's not that bad at all. I can look online and imagine. I'm so strong.
Oh, that is
Don't come
crazy.
down here bringing me nothing because you might put some in my stuff to make me be in love with you forever.
I love it. Well, listen. Before we get to our Halo
my
Award, I
God.
do want to mention this last little segment. "Careless Whisper." You guys know the song.
yes,
George Michael.
George Michael.
Time can never mend the careless whispers of a good friend. Should have known better than to cheat a friend. And I kind of looked. I'm like, what is that song really about? And the speculation is that George Michael and his girl, their relationship was messed up because a friend dropped dime on him.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, we don't know, but that's kind of the
If that's your
consensus.
interpretation.
That's kind of the consensus. So, how do you handle that? How do you? Because that's a sensitive
Somebody
thing.
mess up
yes.
your relationship because
How do you handle your? And that's two ways. How do you handle if me and you, I got this dude and he's cheating on me,
Tell her.
and you see him at the club. What you gonna do?
Take a picture and send it to you. Mm-hmm. That's it. I'm out of it.
But if it's my husband, though.
Ooh. Do he work at the club?
Do he always cheat?
I wouldn't know.
That's a good question.
That
No,
is
does
a-
he always cheat and you just don't?
Do you know? And because if you know, I don't want to disturb the
Equilibrium
armistice
that
that you
y'all
all have
worked
at this
out.
point.
But if we're girls,
If y'all married, I don't
you
want
gonna
nothing to do
know,
with it.
right? If I think he's a cheat or not. But I mean, even if I suspect it, I'm not okay with it.
How do I know he's cheating at the club though?
I don't know.
Were they
Say
doing
you see him
it?
boot
Are they
up.
tongue
You see
kissing?
him
But if
boot
he
up.
just sitting with somebody or he making out
No,
with somebody,
you see,
like
damn it, is out.
He in the corner getting head.
Woo, that's tacky.
Ooh, if it was the preacher, I would be.
You see, when you pray, but throw some oil on the preacher, throw some blessed oil. But what would you do? Because that's a very okay. So Demetrius, say you don't really know if they're cheating. Because I'm thinking if he's really cheating, I would have a conversation with him. I would go up to him, pull him aside. Look, what's going on? What you doing? Why is that? Da da da. You know your wife is my girl.
I don't been on both sides of this. And let me
Okay.
say this.
Do share.
Where a person, she was a really good friend, and I found out her man was cheating. So I told her. Because I look at if we're
Did you
friends.
talk to him first?
No, I don't know.
That ain't his friend.
How did you know he was cheating though?
I knew. I don't want to say how, but I knew.
See, that's kind of hard.
You
Now-
knew for
now
a fact it wasn't here.
But see, now it's hearsay. And that's
You knew
somebody
for a
had
I
a
knew for a fact. It ain't no hearsay. I knew for a fact, and I just don't want to say because I'm trying to protect the guilty. So I knew. Let's just.
You knew.
Ooh,
Okay,
Let's
so
show
you
I
knew.
Messing with.
knew. I told her. She told him. Who told her?
Oh, she put through loose lips. She
Oh,
threw you
that
under the
mean,
bus.
and they stayed together, and now y'all ain't friends no more.
No, we cool, but no.
See, but
we-
that's the danger
and
in
he
dropping
got mad at me.
'Cause they'll
I
make
said,
up
tell him.
and be mad at you.
He know where I'm at if he got anything to say to me. So he
I'm
had
not-
nothing to say.
I'm not. If you tell me like, hey, your man is cheating, I'm not telling him. Oh, Demetrius told me to.
I was so pissed.
I was like, why would you
I'm not
ever
dry
do that?
snitching. No, you'll never know where my stuff
Yeah.
up there. Men get mad too. I went some nigga must have told
Damn
you
it.
whatever. I just
And I told her because I look at my female friends the same way as I look at my male friends. And let's say I didn't tell her, and he's out here fucking everything that moved, and she came up
Was he
HIV
doing that?
positive.
Was he
Yeah.
doing that? Basically.
Now that I could not confirm, but pretty much from what I knew. And so, you know,
But see, that's a messy situation because you bring it to me, you tell me my dude is cheating, so I have a conversation with him. I heard you're cheating with such. Well, who told you? I mean, that's like he's gonna want.
What's so funny is knowing what I know about
And
you.
normally I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
You would put my name in this?
I've never been. Honestly, I've never been in that situation.
You would.
Thank God.
I think you would.
No, if it was my husband, if it was my husband.
Say it's your husband.
But this is the thing. I think part of you working stuff out, maybe trying to get the relationship back on the right track, is kind of full disclosure. So
you would
might
sacrifice
have
me.
to.
So you would sacrifice. No, ain't no might have to.
I don't know.
Unless your
I've
husband was
I've never
Barack.
been in that situation.
Ain't no might have to for national
What
security
di-
purposes.
what difference would it make though? Like
What?
if you
If it's
are my
Barack?
friend, no. If you are my friend,
Yeah.
and you and I ride or die friends, we're gonna be friends. And I'm like, Demetrius brought the information
Because
to me.
Sheree, I understand what you're saying, but that is a naive view of the world. Because from now on,
Mm-hmm.
let's say it's Michelle. From now on, Michelle is going to look at me funny because
Yeah.
I told you that she was cheating on you.
And that's
So-
gonna
And
they
mess
were like,
up
what you
y'all
trying to get
friendship.
with
We not-
them?
mess
Like,
up
because
what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes,
Then
it
you're
is.
going to have to lie
And we're
say,
working it out.
But the potential to mess up the friendship, so you got to contemplate that before you even share that information. That's the tricky part about telling a friend that somebody's cheating on them.
I have to tell that. If somebody knew that the girl is cheating on me,
Boyfriend? It was a boyfriend?
huh?
Boyfriend or husband?
It was a boyfriend. I don't care if it's your husband
Yeah.
and y'all got kids or whatever. I don't really care. If I tell you this information, you can't say that I told you. You just cannot do that if we're going to be friends.
And then and see then too. So okay, say you told me, okay, your man is cheating or your husband's cheating. I'm like, okay, what's her name? What's the information? See, I'm gonna get all this different information. So I could have just saw y'all at the gas station. Like you,
Oh, so
it's
you
a way
gonna
you
lie.
can. No, it ain't a lie. We playing private eye.
Demetrius'
Michelle.
device.
We playing
and
private
lie.
eye.
That's a lie. And you know what? I'm proud of you.
you.
I'm proud.
Said, I'm proud of you.
Let me tell you something. Okay, first of all, it was a lie when he was cheating. So now lies don't even matter. Because he's been lying. So, fuck a lie. Who cares about that? If you say you... No, you're cheating.
shit like that before.
You're cheating. That's what this
But
is about.
that's
It's
a
not
bad
about
relationship all the way around.
No.
But if
Very
it comes to this, you
stressful.
just never know if it can come to
Yeah.
this.
Michelle is on the song. Come on, you preaching
No,
good.
that's
Don't
a
shout her
bad
down while she
relationship.
preaching now. Go ahead now.
Go ahead.
But
man.
ain't you
We
mad
heard
at
from
them?
you.
I mean, you don't need to hear it because I can't deal with none of it. Like for me, it's just like I'm gonna tell you what I know and why I know it, and be done with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
make
make
up.
because it takes too much work
energy.
and too much energy.
you gonna tell
if
who
I'm
told.
being honest, I'm probably gonna say who told me.
Gotcha.
Because if I'm being real right now, my good friend came to me and was like, "Yo, your man is
Yeah.
cheating." I will be in my man's face like, my girl saw you. Here's the picture. What the hell were you doing? Blah 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 blah.
Boom.
Like it's not gonna be like I figured out all. I ain't gonna have all these
I'm with
methods
her.
because I'm not gonna care. It's gonna be straight up
It's
direct. What
different,
the hell is
though.
going on?
It's different.
But
It's
I
different.
understand. I understand that it puts the friend in a really difficult situation
That's not what I'm
because
saying.
if you stay together, if it's
So,
a guy friend telling
I'm not
me,
telling
if
Courtney,
it's a guy friend, I
I'm not
totally
telling
get
Courtney if her
that.
man is cheating. Sheree,
You can
I
tell me
gotta
because I'm gonna
wait.
leave a man alone in
I'll
the
send,
end.
I'll send an anonymous note.
I'm definitely gonna tell. But I think if you're my really good friend, I'm gonna tell. If you're not my really good friend, then I don't have any place. In
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
And
I got
Michelle
I
brought
don't
up
know
something
what
too
y'all
though.
got going
But if
on,
I
but-
know,
Yeah.
like you that he or she is a serial cheater, you all have to have something worked out, some quiet peace, armistice, whatever you want to call it, where it's like,
Yeah.
I look the other way. I'm not going to interfere with that. Because I've seen that go wrong on sitcoms and in real life. You know where somebody tells somebody on a show like, oh, they cheating or whatever, but they already knew or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they get all effed
But how
up.
do you determine, like, so if you know your friend is like in a serial cheating relationship, is it just because you've decided after having had to deal with it, okay, ain't gonna say nothing no more? Like, at what point do you know, like, oh, okay, I shouldn't say nothing
like
because
the
they're
first-
in
the
a
first-
situation?
Like I think if she knows if she knows that the dude is out there and she just keeps, there's no point.
Yeah. If she's
What would be
told
the point?
you would know
But
that
if she's told, so you saying if you've had that conversation with the friend, like, yo, that's the situation. We in a situation. We doing
No, I don't
whatever.
Because I don't. But it's just when you know, like, it's like she calls you like, girl, he cheating and
He's
this and that
always
and that.
cheating. Da, 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 da. Well,
And then they're
that's
going to
what-
Hawaii next week. And
They still together. So
They
there's
live
been a
together.
conversation
She go to dinner
about the
parties.
cheating.
and you
she's
like-
consenting.
You
to
ask her
it.
what happened to Amanda. She's like, oh, girl,
care.
whatever.
Look. Lord Jesus.
That's real talk.
Let's get
Now,
you.
but now on the
Uh-huh.
other side, if somebody
Yes.
drops a dime on me, and
Then what? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hear
You
this
know what I
part.
think I'm gonna do? I'm
It's-
gonna take your
happens
advice.
it's something that happened a long time ago. This is a long, long time ago. This dude, he I wasn't even with this girl no more. And so you know how you not together, you kind of, but you not. He go
I don't
and
know what that
tell.
means. You mean
He
you
was
was
trying
still
to move
fucking?
in.
Y'all was
He was
still,
trying to move
y'all was still
in.
hitting
That's
it.
exactly what
And so
it
he
means.
gonna go tell the person that I was dating, you know, like, oh, he da 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 da. And so next thing you know, I'm getting calls like da 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 da.
Because you was playing.
To this day, I don't like him. I've seen him.
Yeah.
It's been
But
long
was he
time.
interested in the girl? Why he do that?
He was interested. And Demetrius was playing
He didn't
with
like
her.
you.
Demetrius was having
And he-
sex,
but
being in and out.
He's tried to speak to me, and I was like, and I'm very confrontational. I'm like, we ain't friends. We ain't cool. Get away from me.
See, he
Don't talk to
gossips.
me.
Dry
I don't do-
snitcher.
I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna lie and drop some dimes on you.
Oh.
Remember, you
wait
only
to hear
lie when
those.
necessary.
Oh.
I don't have to lie on you. I can just tell the truth. You want me to do it right now?
Why you act like you got
I
stuff
do.
on me?
Go.
I tweet it.
Get to the Halo War.
When people say,
Oh, you know, you and Courtney's eyelashes look really good. I'm like, I should have put some
Courtney's are
lashes.
fabulous.
Yes, they're like,
I mean, it's
Do tell.
lashes.
she started blinking a little more too.
yeah,
Y'all see,
No, fabulous girl. What lashes? Tell the
They
viewers.
just straight up from whatchamacallit at Nigel's Ardell, the wispies, and I did 2 strips.
You know what? These are Ardell too, and these are the double lashes. So
see,
they make them now.
that,
with two
already
strips.
with the 2
Yeah,
strips. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I need to go to Nigel's.
Just hang it out. They got a
Namies.
whole wall.
I went to Namies and got them. Yes, girl, you get a discount at Namies because you
But
don't
it's
get
only
paid yet.
10%.
You get it's
That's a little
10%
more.
at 10% at Nigel's too.
I get more
How do you
for
get more?
SAG.
because I'm cute.
I need 40%. That's if you're a makeup artist.
Girl, 40 would.
You get 40%?
I'm not going to loose lips.
So
and
we need to go
block my
shopping
blessing.
with
So
Sheree.
y'all want me to put my blessing on blast?
Like, girl, you can pick me up
wait a
some
minute.
lashes.
So we're not talking about anybody cheating. This can't ruin anybody's
No,
life.
talking
But
about
just some
lashes.
lashes.
This is living.
I'm trying to save
We
my
are all
my
over the
money.
place today. Y'all, please forgive us. It is
there's
me.
no alcohol.
I will no alcohol. I will take full responsibility for the chaos.
I have.
that
He's
is
still trying to give the
ensuing
Halo
in
award.
this
I don't know what
studio.
this has to
Trying
do
to
with
do a
John
Halo
Conyers
award.
and
Halo
DuVernay.
Award. Come on,
It's
give the Halo
Tanasi.
Award.
I thought it was Tanisi.
Tanisi. Cool.
I don't know. I can't say it.
Go
So
ahead,
can I
Demetrius.
continue
You
now?
can.
The
It's
Halo
all
Award is an
yours.
award that we give out to individuals who are just doing something that's good and praiseworthy and that we believe on Judgment Day could help them get into heaven.
Renegades.
That being said, when people say things are it's not about money, that just means it's about a lot of money. And in the case of reparations for African Americans for slavery and just our overall treatment in this country, it is about a lot of damn money. But these 3 people, in my opinion, are working to change the hearts and minds of Americans so we can change that 7 out of 10 Americans being in favor of reparations for African Americans to 10 out of 10. Whether it's John Conyers with his House Resolution 40, which calls for United States government to study remedies for the effects of slavery, which include reparations, whether it is Ava DuVernay with her documentary 13th, which shows why we deserve it, or
Ta-Nehisi, right?
Ta-Nehisi. I always butcher that dude's
I'm
name.
sorry,
I gotta get it. I gotta get it together. But his article telling us why we deserve it it lays out the case in the case for reparations. So I would advise everyone to check it out. I have found that the greatest impediment is black people to convince you all that you deserve it. And just because America says that, hey, we can't pay, it's too much, it doesn't mean that you don't deserve it. We can figure out something and like Tanasi said, Tanisi.
Now you're gonna be tongue-tied.
We go get it. We go get it. In his speech to Harvard University, which has acknowledged that it received benefits from slavery, that these universities and every institution in America that received benefits from slavery should pay out. It's not enough simply to say, I'm sorry, yeah, we were wrong, we had something to do with it, oh well. I don't give a damn what it is. We're going to have to figure out something. Positive note, 50% of millennials are in favor of reparations, so maybe it's just a case of us waiting on people to die.
Dang.
What would make you happy? What would make you like content or satisfied?
And that we could probably put it to bed if anywhere between 250,000 and 750,000 per African American would be satisfactory to me.
I know.
Per African American?
Yeah,
That's a
Per
big-
household or just per?
per
Gotcha.
person.
African American.
And we can stretch it. When we talk about it, people always say, "Oh, we could never pay that off. We got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Spread that shit out. I don't care. Check a month till you die. I don't care. Just spread it out. But we got time. We can figure it out."
You gotta start with the oldest.
At the very,
I get my check first.
I'm fine with that. At the very least, what John Conyers has done is something that should be explored. We should at least set aside the money to explore the effects of slavery and devise remedies. That don't cost that much.
Yeah.
So we can at least do that. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do that.
That's a great Halo Award. Thank you, Demetrius.
That was beautiful.
But read the case of reparations. That article was dope.
He wrote the.
Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote it.
Ta-Nehisi.
I think it was in the Atlantic.
Yes.
It was in the Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah. And click on all the hyperlinks too.
Yeah.
It's very educational.
It was very, very specific, very detailed. It was good.
Awesome. What would make you happy or satisfied?
It's difficult for me to answer that question because I have a very negative view about what people really think and what they're really capable of doing. I would like to see free education for all African Americans, free college education. In terms of an actual number, I don't have an actual number, but I think the free education, and I want my damn land. I want my
Right.
grandma's land.
We can't give
40
you that.
acres in a
Now we
minimum
only got
size.
there's a finite amount of land.
Yes,
but
there
we got
is.
plenty of money.
There is, but
Would you
the
take
same
250?
way they snatched it up from everybody else and snatched it up from the towns. Like I want those towns to be restored. Like specifically,
Would you take 250?
I mean, I'm gonna take. If you're gonna give me a check, I'm gonna
But
take
see,
a
this
check.
is the thing. This is the
But
thing.
I want
The reason I'm saying
land.
this-
She asked me what I want.
I did.
What I want.
Okay, but see, I don't, and that's the thing. I don't believe that's what you want.
No, I do. No, legit.
like-
Because like part of me, I want to buy a plantation in Savannah because of my family history. Specifically, I
know,
want
I got
a
a
piece
house
of
in
land.
Savannah.
But that
I do.
Then
But-
why not just take the money and go buy your
I mean, I
land?
can obviously, but I'm saying I want the government to give me the land that was promised. And to me that is symbolic, and I know it doesn't. To me,
I
that's
got
what
it.
it means,
Yeah.
like
Okay,
that, and
that's
because
interesting.
that was very specific, and the fact that never happened had very, very specific effects on the economic condition of
I
black
agree.
people afterwards.
I
and to
agree.
me, and I understand that, like, obviously we can turn anything into a number, and this whole like, oh, there's a finite amount of land. Yes, there's a finite amount of land, and y'all took all of it, and I'm not cool with that. And there was a promise made to restore black people in some way that was never kept, and I think that symbolically, at least for me, if I wanted anything, I would want to see that happen.
Okay. Okay. That's I gotta think about
I
that.
like
one.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, final thoughts. We'll start with Michelle.
Oh, let me tell what I want first.
Yeah.
Yes, what do you want?
We got time. This is.
We just talking shit. We just keep going.
I just don't want to be overlooked as an African American person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's just everything is swept under the rug. It's just like, oh, we shot you off. Who cares? Oh,
Yeah.
we did this. Who cares? We owe you land. Never mind. I just think just show that we mean something, and that we are beneficial to the world. We're just like, oh, those niggers, and that's it.
That's true.
So for me,
True.
that like, don't overlook me, because even as a person, nobody wants to be overlooked.
Yeah.
So just we are important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are.
important enough to pay.
Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
'cause
Whatever it may be.
I don't want no speech from Cheetos.
What? What?
She's talking about the new guy.
I don't want no speech.
That's how we
talking
refer
about-
to the president. The new guy.
Really?
That's I got that. Did I get that from
I'm just
Whoopi?
being
I got that
real
from Whoopi
honest.
Goldberg.
I don't
the
want
new
no
guy.
speech from Cheetos. Like, I don't want him coming up here
No.
with some, like, somebody wrote him a speech and he gonna apologize to all the Negroes for everything that was wrong and blah. That ain't no reparation.
Unless that speech says, and I'm about to sign executive order number. Shit, I don't
Unless he say, I'm about to sign a check.
313, because I'm from Detroit.
Yeah.
And you will get a check in this amount. Otherwise, I don't want to hear. What about you, Ray? I'm joking. Now you know you only get half, right?
I was gonna ask about that. Do you get, is it a percentage
That was
based
my
on your
next question.
blackness?
How do they do? Like, how is that gonna get
Let me tell you what
determined?
I want to do though. I need to do my DNA history. I need
Yes.
to do that
I wanna do that
find
too.
out because my mom, there was such a mixture on my mom's side. I really don't even know how much black is in our family.
Ancestry.com, is that who
Yes.
does it?
I
They should
think so.
send. They should send.
Let's
We should all get free
Hollywood
kids.
Well, let's
Live,
start there.
as
Let's give
well
us some
as
free kids.
everybody
Yes.
at AfterBuzz. They should just send us all some. No,
I think so.
the reason I know they
Yeah.
do this is that they've done it for other people. Just send us all stuff, and we'll talk about it on all the shows.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
And we could read. Would you all be down to just read the results on air?
For sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like for the first time, just
Yeah,
open it.
I'll
We
tell
have to
everybody.
do that. So work on that
I would
for us.
totally
Give
do
us
that.
those free
I'm
gifts.
gonna cut this and tag them in.
I love it.
Make that happen.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's do our closing remarks and be up out of here because we're hungry.
I am hungry.
I'm gonna have a turkey burger.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll
Ladies
start.
first.
You start
Go. My takeaway.
Ladies first.
Demetrius ain't gonna tell me nothing,
Demetrius and Michelle.
but you should because I really don't talk to nobody, so you ain't really got nothing to worry about.
But if your man is cheating, you gonna tell him.
If my man is cheating, we gonna have a very direct conversation. And I'm sorry that I admit I'm a hothead.
Demetrius
and
told me.
it's
Yes.
gonna come out. I'm just being honest.
Just make it. I would
you
just say.
right.
I'm gonna be pissed and I'm gonna say it straight up.
We're not playing no games.
Ain't gonna have no energy to be figuring out a story.
It's
I'm gonna
what
just
it
be
is,
like,
boo. Deal with it.
yeah, sorry.
That's what it is.
So I'm sorry, Demetrius.
Sorry,
I can't be your
Demetrius.
BFF.
You can. My takeaway is this is kind of on. I saw this great documentary that I think would probably end up being the winner for the Oscar this year in documentaries called Get Out by Jordan Peele.
That was good.
That was so good.
That's a great
So
documentary.
you revising the whole show? That's not the way we do our takeaways or what you learned from the show. It's kind of summarizing
Not
the
just take away
topic
from,
and
like,
the
life
she,
in the
she ain't
week.
seen the movie, otherwise she
Oh,
did the job.
she would jump
No,
on
I
it.
heard it's really amazing.
It was
though.
fantastic.
But it's not a documentary. That's the
It
show.
is, yeah.
What is it? Like a scare? Is it?
It's a
It's not
horror.
really a scary
Horror
film.
film?
It's a
But it
thriller.
has
It's
a
thriller.
lesson at the end, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I need to see.
Leave
I
them
do
white
need to
girls
see
alone,
that.
y'all.
Even though he's married to a white girl, the writer.
Right.
Right.
So my takeaway is leave them white girls alone.
But marry one.
That I got from Courtney. Since that's what you want me to take away from this?
It's a many layered film, guys. I'm just kidding.
No,
That's all we wanted
honestly,
to
my
listen.
takeaway is that I keep things that I should continue to keep things confidential, and information should be on a need to know basis, especially when it's your own. Otherwise, you can place yourself in a position where people can thwart your blessing.
Yeah, Misha.
Get that contract signed.
So if I'm gonna do a crime, I wouldn't do it with Courtney or Sheree. Sorry, but Demetrius, because he can represent me, and he's not gonna tell anybody.
And I know how to hide a body. So just
Detroit.
Jesus.
Now you see what happened to that Dallas
Now y'all
couple.
telling this at too
We
much
not-
on social media right now.
That's not, we're not
We're
gonna
gonna
do
be,
any of that.
Courtney and I gonna be talking about y'all mugshots.
They gonna be coming
next
back, and
week.
I'm like,
I
I'll tell you
rebuke
whatever
that.
I know. Just don't put me in jail.
I rebuke that. Do not put that in the universe about me.
All right. Well, my final takeaways are: I think that when someone thinks enough of you or about you to share their secrets or feelings or thoughts or what have you, then I think that you should be the person that they thought you were, and hold them close to you and not blab.
I don't have nothing else to say. That's so good.
Yes, she
that is
spoke
really
for
good.
both of us.
And that is our show, you guys. Thank you for bearing, keeping up with us. What is the word for? Because we crazy today.
But I think it's
Like we
good.
all over the place today.
I
I'm all over
I
the
liked
place
it though.
today.
You took your time and you found the
Yes.
questions, and it's cool, man.
Well, thank you.
It's kind
I'm
of a
just working
relaxed,
in a different
relaxed sort of
pace.
show that we're doing here.
Yes.
More view and talk, not like 60 minutes. So it's cool. It's cool.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week. We don't have anything to toast with.
Toast with this water. Bad luck in
I
Greece.
don't have any water in there.
We ain't
so
in
I'm good.
Greece.
They put up with us. Lord. All right.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram me @KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
I know.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.